Hello, and it's time for a midweek Wardy's Waffle, or a slightly delayed one. Sorry I didn't get it out last night, Wednesday night, so better late than never. Anyway, in this update, I get to try the Claas Xerion and also see the Claas Axion. Claas are doing a bit of a roadshow going around the country, so I'll drive the Xerion and have a really good look at it. And absolutely incredible tractor when you're looking at it compared to a Quadtrac. Also, we've had lots of meetings regarding the sales event with exhibitors, with the organisers, and also with young farmers, so we take a look at that as well. And also we are spraying off some of the area on the sales event site with that Kubota sprayer that S&K sprayers have asked us to use, so we take a look at that as well, spraying around some of the crop plots. Lots going on at the cereal site now, so you'll see a lot more of that in the next week or two. And also we've had some delivery of some organic manures this week, so we take a look at that as well. So that's it for the short intro. Thanks ever so much for watching, and if you make it to the end, we'll see you then. It's Monday morning and I have very nearly lost my voice, thanks to Nala down there. Yes, I know Frankie. Yeah, she decided on Sunday that she liked the look of her hair and she could outrun her hair, and I tried to stop her, and I did eventually, but it took some doing. So consequently, that's why I've nearly lost my voice. Anyway, I've come to a local farm. I don't know if you can quite see through the window back there. There's a Claas Axion working there on tracks, and they've also got a Xerion on tracks. And I think it's Claas are doing a bit of a roadshow going around the country, and this is only a few miles from me, so I've just come and have a look at it and just compare it to the Quadtracs that we used to have, because I think the Xerion on tracks looks something else. I know it's maybe a bigger tractor, probably more money, I'm not sure, but we'll get the full lowdown of it, have a drive on it hopefully, and have a look around it. So it's got the 5-metre top down that belongs to the farm, and it looks just as hard as what ours was this week. So this Axion's just going to have a go. I think it said it's 450 horsepower, but this subsoiler's a homemade one, and it weighs about 4 tons, but it's got Simba legs in it and DD packers on the back. So I've just got in the cab. Patrick's going to put us through the paces and tell us what to do. Very impressive here. Nice driving environment. How many horsepower is this one, Patrick, is it?
So 653 exactly.
Right, and has it got a boost?
Nope, no boost.
No.
So basically for the UK you'll see a 653 model that we're sitting in at the minute.
Yeah.
And then a smaller sister model at 590.
Got you. Right, let's have a go. So that's the RPM of the engine, about 1,000. So you can hardly hear it in here, so quiet. And then the fuel, where's the fuel, Patrick?
Just there, right in front of you, top right hand corner.
12, 10, second one down.
Yeah, so about 10 to 11 litres a hectare and about 5 hectares an hour.
Cultivator on the back is 6-metre top down, and it's so comfy in here, quiet.
And then you can see at the bottom of the screen then your current forward speed is about 8 kilometres an hour just to the right.
Yeah.
And we're only asking it to do 8. I think it's fair to say
that. Well, we're the same at home, you know, our conditions are just as hard, and so yeah, you soon break a machine.
Exactly, it's not so much the tractor, it's the cultivator that we're looking at.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Exactly. Then we've got the Axion there. What horsepower is that? 450?
Yeah, 445 exactly.
445, yeah.
So that is on a completely different track unit. So
Yeah.
you'll have a fully suspended track unit on that one.
Yeah.
So each idler or each mid-roller can move independent. So you have a lot of contour following, so less compaction, less, or more comfort, I should say. The track units on this machine here are going to be designed for putting a lot of horsepower to the ground.
Yes.
So very different concepts.
So what's the weight of this tractor?
So if we take everything off the machine, it's about 25.5 ton.
Right, yeah.
And then which is fair to say a little bit lighter than most of the competition in this horsepower segment. You've then got the ability that we can add on weight, and we can go to nearly 29 ton.
Because I think our Quadtrac was about 29, I think. Yeah. The 620 quad's about 29 when we had that. It's good. Lovely spacious cab as well.
Yeah, so this is now the biggest cab on the market. So if anybody familiar with the Axion combines or the Jaguar Foragers, those cabs stop where this seam of rubber is here.
Yeah.
That's where the window comes to. So everything in front here is all extra.
Extra, wow.
Yeah.
Very spacious, isn't it? Fantastic.
Oh, it's like an apartment up here.
It is. That's your guidance screen.
It is indeed.
Yeah. So I've just got Patrick here who's been with me in the cab. We're just going to talk about the track units and the track suspension, because it is fascinating how this is designed.
So what you see here is our new generation triangle track. So in the past we've always been flat tracks that you see over there on the Axion or the Combine.
Yeah.
They're a completely different concept. They would be friction drive, they're fully suspended, they are a complete multi-purpose track. These are designed for putting a lot of horsepower to the ground and pulling big cultivators.
Yeah.
So first thing is we're positive drive. So this drive idler here is biting the belt,
Yeah.
pulling it around like you would know from a Quadtrac
Yeah,
designer.
and you've got the drive lugs in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now the key difference here is we are the tightest on the market here. So we have this angle here is the tightest angle on the market. So
Okay.
we have the most amount of blocks engaged at any one time.
Because I think on a Quadtrac we're probably only 5, maybe?
Yeah.
4.
There's 8.5 on this
You
one.
see, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next big difference is obviously we don't bend in the middle like those other machines.
Yep.
We're rigid frame, and then we have 4-track steering. So basically the way it works is we've got what we call here our center bridge. Now this center bridge is rigid. It doesn't move up and down. This is what does our steering for us.
Right.
So on the inside we've got 2 steering cylinders, one at the front, one at the rear, which push and pull on this frame
Yep.
to get us around the corner.
Right.
And then as you come down then we've got a central pivot point here. Now this central pivot point, everything above this is rigid.
Yeah.
Everything below this is what moves and gives us our kind of contour following or our dampening as well. So first big thing is we've changed the amount of movement that we have across the whole belt. So we have 20 degrees in total. 10 forwards and 10 backwards, which is about double of any other coloured
Is it
triangle
really?
track on the market.
Crikey. Right.
Next big thing then is the dampening system. So we have this top arm here which moves through this pivot point. Now this top arm does not carry the front idler. There's no link here.
It does on the Quadtrac.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's your first big difference.
Right.
What we do then, we carry this top arm back along, carries the back idler.
Yeah.
We then have another pivot point behind this plate here, and we have a second arm coming underneath the top one. So you can see
You can
it down
see
here.
it down there.
Yep. Now this second arm comes forward. Firstly, it carries the 2 mid-rollers on their own bogie.
Yeah.
They can lean forward and backwards. Secondly, it keeps coming forward to carry the front idler.
Right. Got you.
And then you'll see between the top and the bottom arms, we have these rubber silent blocks here.
So they like cushion suspension blocks.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's fair to say then, all of the weight that this first idler is seeing
Yeah.
is being supported by these rubber silent blocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as we're going over hard, cracked ground that you can see here, you know, you can see how hard this stuff
It is. It's rock hard.
Yeah. These blocks are taking out that initial thwack.
Right. Got you.
And that's the same on all 4 corners. And then when you look up then you can see we're on proper 4-point cap suspension as well.
Oh yeah. There. Yeah.
And that's why
That's why we got such a fantastic ride.
it's like driving a magic
It is.
carpet.
It is. And then just you were explaining a minute ago about the idlers as well. They're spoked and they're aluminium to cut down on the heat.
Yeah, so you'll see if you look kind of side on, so if you bring the camera right down, you'll actually be able to see daylight through these spokes. But
Yeah.
they're all aluminium and they're spoked. The
Yeah.
reason why we do that is for heat management on the bearings. So because of the design of the roller itself, we put very little heat into the bearings, which means that we can extend the service life of the oils.
Right.
So the oils on all of the bearings on the track units are 1,000-hour intervals.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And you've got, and you can see the oilers. Are they clear caps?
Yeah, they're clear caps.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit dirty for sure, but
Yeah.
then you can see here
Yeah.
as well, and
Yeah.
on the front as
Yeah,
well.
you
quite
can
clearly.
see though. Oh yeah, you can see they're all level there.
And the idea is basically if you were to look at the side of the cap here, you can see this one's quite flat.
Yeah.
If the oil lines up with this flat surface, that's you're good to go.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, fantastic. And then the weights, you just explained about the weights. You've got front weight on here.
Yeah, so if we take everything off the machine, It's a base weight of 25.5 ton.
Yeah.
And then the idea is, depending on the job you're doing and depending on what your maximum speed is, you can add on weight.
Right.
So things like, say, high speed tillage like disking
Yeah.
or drilling, 25.5 ton is perfect.
Yeah.
Then as you stick a leg into the ground and your max speed goes to, say, 12,
Yeah.
1800 kilos firstly.
That one, yeah.
Then the leg gets a little bit deeper and then your max speed is maybe 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Extra 400 kilos on
Ah,
top.
that wafer weight on the top.
Exactly. And they come off with pallet tines on a forklift.
Yeah.
Nice and simple.
Yeah,
And
easy.
then you see it on the back then quickly. As that leg goes a little bit deeper and you get into subsoiling depth territory,
You,
we then got an extra ton that we can put on the back.
ah, there we go. There's a block there. And again, forklift just lifts that on and off.
Exactly.
Yeah, there.
Simple
And
as you like.
auto lube?
Auto lube on everything.
Everything. Wow.
Except for one grease nipple on each track,
Yeah.
which is on a 500-hour interval.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Oh, just incredible, I think. I think it's absolutely so well designed. So well designed. Yeah, really
And as you
impressive.
stand back, you know, there's obviously the back. You noticed how quiet it was
Yes.
sitting in the cab.
Yeah.
Because we haven't got the exhaust or the air intake up by the
Oh,
front of the cab.
Yes.
You know, the visibility's there,
Yeah.
but we haven't got the noise hitting it either. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Noise is behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if
yeah.
you look around the other
Yeah,
side of the machine,
yeah.
you'll see the exhaust exiting behind the
Yeah.
cab.
And then price, the all important thing.
So is the
There's two. So
if you look at the configurator price, the retail
retail
price,
top price.
yeah, it's about 640,000,
Right. Yeah.
and that
then,
would be for a top spec machine.
Yes,
That'd
yeah.
be for everything you need.
yeah. Yeah. And then discount below that obviously depends on dealers and what your individual circumstances.
It does indeed. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks, Patrick. Really interesting. Thanks for
No
your
worries.
time. One last thing, Patrick. The engine under there. What have we got?
So it's a Mercedes engine. It's a 15.6 litre straight six.
Yeah.
So in this model, it's producing 653 horsepower exactly,
Yeah.
3,100 newton meters of torque.
And you said earlier there's no boost.
Nope.
No.
Full power all day long.
Yeah. And then the one below that horsepower,
590.
590. So that's the two models of this tractor. Fantastic. Thank you.
Nope. Jump on up and go. Yeah, good. Alright, well. See you when we come out and see you.
We are at Glebe Farm. You can see Kate Young Farmer's badge, and I've got Tom here as well. Now, Tom, we've just had a meeting here about the cereals event and the planning of that, and we're looking to have a Young Farmers area at the cereals event and a bit of a focus on young farmers. But the last time you were in this yard was when?
Last time I was here was May last year, and stood over there where our club, Laugh Young Farmers, run rally for its 4th year in a row.
Yeah, we had the Young Farmers Rally here, and what a fantastic weekend, wasn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. And how many attended that?
Was it just short of 1,000?
Was that what it was? Yeah, fantastic attendance, and I thoroughly enjoyed hosting it. And I remember where Tom's just pointing, there was some drinking competitions going on, wasn't there? Fantastic, and tug of war in the field there.
it's great.
Anyway, so now to talk about cereals event, which is on the 11th and 12th of June next year, and the Young Farmers area. What are we looking for?
Well, we've obviously just had a meeting with you and Ali from Cereals, and we're thinking about creating a young farmer hubby area,
Yeah.
aren't we? It's a bit early in the planning, so we're going to ask our members perhaps what they might want, but it's a great opportunity from you, Andrew, and Cereals to try and get young farmers in one place and do some networking, and that'll be, you know, young farmers nationally, and obviously it's being held in Lincolnshire, so it's a great opportunity for us as well.
And Tom, you're going to send something out. What were you going to be asking?
Yes, so I'm going to send out the sort of a jot form and get some ideas for what young farmers want to see, speaker-wise or anything like that, within the tent, to make sure we get as much cooperation and people in the tent as we possibly can.
Yeah, so it's whether young farmers, whether you want anybody to listen to, whether you just want a socialising area, but there'll be some communication going out, and then we'll be asking feedback from everybody, so please do respond to that will be great. And then also October you have
new members month. So October in Lincolnshire is new members month, and the week commencing the 7th of October is National Young Farmers New Members Week. So it's a great week we'll do loads on social media and loads of information about what being a young farmer member is all about and what opportunities it brings. And then all our clubs during the month of October, some before that week and some the rest of October, hold their new members nights where we're welcoming anybody that might be interested in being a member.
So Tom, age of young farmers, what is that?
Varies between clubs. Our club, unpopular opinion, the best club in the county is 13 to 28 years old.
So big broad spread of age groups.
Yeah.
And so great. So you've heard a bit about the young farmers. Please watch out for this week. And it's when again, Kate?
So National Young Farmers Week is the 7th of October, and Lincolnshire Young Farmers New Members Month is all of October.
Brilliant. So that's great. So please look out for that, and also respond to the communication that comes out from Tom regarding what you want at the Cereals event. So great to see you both, and we'll have a great time at Cereals next year.
It'll be fabulous.
Thank you. So while we've just been having that cereals meeting with Kate and Tom from Young Farmers, Ruben's been out spraying the sugar beet, which is the field next to the cereals site. So I haven't got any footage of that, but we will have a look at the sugar beet in detail and compare the light land beet to the heavy land beet in the next few days. It's Tuesday morning, and you can see it's very misty and foggy, and you can tell autumn winter's on the way because I'm having to leave my disco running at the minute. It got a low battery warning on it, and I know when I got this vehicle last year it was 3.25 years old, I think, when I got it, and so I think that must have been on the original battery, because at the end of last winter the battery wasn't good, and it's now got cold mornings and it's not going to start soon, so I'm going to have to get that battery replaced. Anyway, you can see here we have got a lorry tipping something, and we'll just turn the camera around to explain what we're doing. This is sewage sludge. So this comes from Stoke Bardoff or Severn Trent treatment works, or one of them. It might come from different treatment works. I know they have more than one, but Nala, come here. And so we have this tipped, and you can see looking at it. Nala, come out. I'm not going to touch it because it is a sort of a very soft. But when you look at the lumps, actually just touching my foot, there you go, you see it fall apart. This actually is really, really good quality. It's quite dry for sewage sludge. It will spread really well. And it's had all the nasties taken out of it. It's all been processed. And this is a great, Nala, come out. This is a great form of fertiliser for us. And so we'll get the spreaders in soon, and we'll spread this on this stubble. And that will go on at around about 17 tonnes a hectare. And so if you divide that out by 2.5, that will give you tonnes an acre. And the quality of this is really, really good this time, looking at that. We get a contractor to come in and spread it, and it's all done by Severn Trent. Last year it cost, I think, around about £65 a hectare, which is really good quality because it's got about 200 kilograms of phosphate in it. That's 200 kilograms a hectare if we apply it at 17 tonnes a hectare, and it will give us about 25 kilograms of nitrogen in year one. That's the back door. And Nala, come on, good girl, Nala. You tell my voice still isn't right from shouting at that dog. And then sulphur, about 45 kilograms of sulphur per hectare, and then a whole load of trace elements. So it's really, really, really good. And the other good thing with it is it's organic matter, it's organic manure. So you can't buy organic manure in a bag. You can all other forms of fertiliser, but so to put organic matter into this soil like this is fantastic. And obviously we haven't had chopped straw going in this year, and this is the first time for years that we've baled anything, which is another form of organic matter. So it's really important we get this sewage sludge put on this land. And sugar beet really, really responds to it, and so we'll incorporate it. Severn Trent arrange that when I tell them we're ready for it, and then we have to incorporate it within 12 hours of spreading. And it doesn't really smell much now, which I'm surprised about. It's quite good quality stuff. and then we'll spread it, and then we incorporate it with the solo normally, and then we'll leave it all over the winter, be all incorporated into the soil, and then we'll leave it over the winter, and then it will be cultivated and next spring and grown, drilled sugar beet. So that's the story of sewage sludge. Really good product, and we've been using this now for probably, I bet it's nearly 20 years we've been using this, but a really good product. I'm just having a walk along one of the river banks when it's a sort of a small river or beck, and it's IDB controlled, so that's internal drainage board. Just want to show you that line there is a bank slip. It's where the bank has slipped in. Look at this down here, how bad that is. And they do come along every year with an excavator and weed the bottom out. They don't sort of sludge it out, they just weed it out with a knife bucket. And that means a knife in the a reciprocating knife in the bottom of a bucket. And when they come and do that, I'll get some footage of that, because they come every year and they do a really good job, the local drainage boards. That bank slipped quite badly just there, so they'll have to come and repair that. And down there as well. So I'm back up on the heathland on the cereals event site, and the fleece is where some oilseed rape plots are all established. And Ruben's just come up here with the Kubota and the little sprayer that S&K sprayers have asked us to try them for the next year. So we'll have a closer look at this, because it's the ideal machine for spraying around these plots. We can see under this fleece the oilseed rape has germinated. You can see there's some plants, there's some more. And the reason why they've put the fleece on is to keep off the cabbage stem flea beetle. And that's a little black insect that attacks these plants. And this is one insect that's made it really difficult to grow oilseed rape in this country. Just looking up here, you can see all these pegs all over the place. These are all different plots. It's all been mapped out by GPS. You can see there to the left of Nala, just so many pegs. And this will all form into the whole event site that will be a huge event with probably, I don't know, 18,000. It'd be nice to see 20,000 visitors here over 2 days, the 11th and 12th of June next year. Do come along, please. These seem a bit bigger. You see the oilseed rape plants under there. And the fleece creates a bit of a microclimate as well as keeping the flea beetle off. It sort of creates this environment that the rape plants love. So we're just going around all these plots with Roundup just to kill the volunteers off. And then we are going to, in the big areas, we're going to come up with a big sprayer and use that as well, and try and get all these barley volunteers killed off, because that's what all these green plants are. They're not planted. Jonathan hasn't planted them, they're just self-set out the back of the combine. Whether you can see the spray there we go. You can see the boom over the fleece isn't on, but this side is. So we've got very low rate of glyphosate, probably about a litre a hectare of glyphosate, because barley volunteers don't take a lot of control. You see on that leaf the chemical. We're going around all these plots and tidy them up. If you're wanting to know about this sprayer, if you look at my update 293, that's had details about it. Simon, who made it, Simon Kitchen, who made this, talks all through this whole sprayer and the system. So look at 293. On the cereal site, and I've got Joe Martin here, who is from Quadtrac. You can see the name on his shirt. So Joe, you are technical manager?
Yeah, one of the field technical managers at Quadtrac.
So Quadtrac, you've just telling me, is a mixture of two companies that I didn't realise.
Yeah. So it was Dow and DuPont that came together and became Quadtrac.
So this cereals event, you've been coming here for a long while as a company, and yourself probably.
Yeah, we certainly have. Yeah.
And do you find it valuable?
Yeah, really useful, really good for customers to see our portfolio of both seeds and crop protection.
So that's mainly what you'll have on your stand here.
Yep, a whole range.
Right,
Yep.
and we've already got, so you can see the fleece behind us here. We've got some oilseed rape.
Yeah,
and it's all
oilseed rape got in, just coming up.
Yeah.
So this is Pioneer varieties. So
Yeah.
3 varieties gone in here. So yeah, people
Right.
will be able to come and see this.
And then what other plots are you going to be having?
We will have some wheat plots.
Yeah.
And also some maize. And hopefully some clover plots
Oh
as
wow,
well.
crikey.
So
Bit
yeah,
of
real mix.
Yeah, real mix, bit of all
Yeah,
sorts. So
yeah.
so great. So that's just a snapshot into Quadtrac, and we'll catch up later in the season, in the autumn, when the crops are growing. And all of you want to come, don't forget, June the 11th and 12th, that's when it is. The more people, the merrier.
Yep, brilliant.
And last year and every year we have a great time. It's good for networking, isn't it?
Oh
The
yeah,
event.
brilliant. Yeah,
You know,
really good. Really
yeah.
good opportunity to
Yeah.
see everybody.
And we've got blue sky and weather like this, it all makes it better.
Yeah, it
Great.
certainly does.
We'll catch up with you soon.
Great.
So now I've got the whole 8-metre boom on and just spraying everything off. So this will take probably about a week this time of year, and with these growing conditions, to start to go off, and then any bits that we've missed, we can come back then and do them. So that's it for this midweek update. Thank you very much. If you're a recent subscriber, we keep getting lots of new subscribers at the moment, which is great. Thank you. Just remember, those of you who haven't subscribed yet, it doesn't cost you anything to do that. So thank you very much. If you have just recently subscribed, hope you're enjoying all the content we're putting up. So thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll see you as ever Sunday morning, 8 a.m.